Surprise, Robocop. Meet your match.
Robocop and evil ED-260 face off with rapid repeat cap firing.
That should hold you. Calling the Robo-Jailer. Run away. You won't catch us.
But the Robo-Jailer smashes through their hideout.
You'll be hiding out in prison now.
Figures and vehicles sold separately.
Back for more?
Robocop and the Ultra Police.
Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behavior. On today's show, we've got a whole bunch of toy news to talk about because this is the only news that matters, and that's good news.
This hell was once my home, the light above us. Many a broken man has gazed up at that light, dreamed of climbing out, climbing to freedom.
Now let's not stand on ceremony. Mr. Wayne, McFarlane are bringing the bat heat. That makes no sense. They're making a pair of tumblers, one from The Dark Knight and one from The Dark Knight Rises. You know, the weakest of the trilogy. Don't even fight me on that, all right? I liked Tom Hardy's Bane, but that movie, it wasn't good. But the idea of Bane cruising around in a military tumbler, yeah, that's pretty awesome. And both of these look really cool as well. So the military one is going to be about $70 or maybe £70. It was £70 on UK Amazon. And the Dark Knight version that comes with Lucius Fox, that's going for about $100. That's a McFarlane store exclusive though. And I think, I don't want to worry you, but I think that might be sold out already, which is a bit of a tease, but hopefully there might be more stock coming in. Because, I mean, what, does McFarlane not want to make money? People want to buy these things, and for a good reason as well. I honestly think they look brilliant. I'm neither a fan of McFarlane, nor Batman, nor those Christopher Nolan movies, but I recognize a wicked-looking product when I see it. I mean, especially the camouflage one, because being that sort of 1/12 kind of scale, you could stick your G.I. Joes in there, you could do all kinds of cool military sort of stuff. The possibilities are endless. And then with the Lucius Fox Batman one, that Morgan Freeman likeness, it's really good. I call them like I see them, and McFarlane have nailed that. So if they're still available, then you might want to try and get your hands on them.
We have been able to create an organism which contains cells from two different species. Wolf.
Fresh monkey fiction. They just, guys, lads, if you're watching, I don't think you are, but if you were watching, then you'd hear my compliments where I'm saying you keep killing it with what you're releasing. We've got the Order of the Crimson Moon now, which is just full on. It totally reminds me of Werewolf Women of the SS and all these other exploitation grindhouse type movies of the 1970s. So we've got these soldiers and zombie werewolf swap out accessories and parts. I love the creativity. I love all of the effort and love that has gone into making these, because just look at all the accessories. Look at them. There's so many. You can do so much with this. I think these are exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store. They go up for pre-order today, so you can take a look at them. But everything about these, I totally dig. I'm not going to buy them, because if I got one, then I'd be in big trouble. I would just have to get all of them. So I'm trying to stay back, because there are too many lines wanting my attention. But dang it, when I see these previews and renders and all these images, the whole line of their Monster Squad type army characters, I dig it. It ticks all the boxes. Actually, the more I'm talking, the more I'm convincing myself that I should maybe just get one. Just one. I mean, what could that hurt? Speaking of slippery slopes, Mythic Legions have shown off their Ashes of Agbendor series of figures. Just more Mythic Legions to add into the ever-growing mountain of insanely gorgeous Mythic Legions characters. You don't need me to tell you that these things are nice. Of course they're nice. The pictures speak for themselves. They're absolutely stunning. I've got a couple of Mythic Legions, but luckily there are so many that it's impossible to be a completionist at this stage, so I can just pick and choose the odd one here and there. I got a couple from the most recent wave that just dropped. A big wizard, monster dude, devil guy, a sorceress. They look gorgeous. I got to hold them in my hands for all of like 2 minutes before I had to box them back up because I was leaving England and coming back to Japan, but oh, for those fleeting seconds, they looked so beautiful. And these ones do too. We got a crazy centaur looking guy. I don't know if we've had centaurs before, we might have, but this is the first time I've seen them. So they do get more expensive. I think the centaur guy, maybe he's 65? He might be more. You might want to go over to Four Horsemen to check that out because there's a whole bunch of figures with a whole lot of details going on. But they're available for pre-order until the end of June. June 30th, I think, is the deadline. So yeah, if you like what you're looking at, and I can only assume that many of you do, you might want to get over to Four Horsemen and yeah, put your pre-orders down because there's a small window to grab these guys, and I highly recommend you do. They look really nice.
Round one, fight!
For all you Jada Street Fighter fans, red costume Chun-Li is now available for pre-order on Target.
And it's gone.
Yep, didn't last long. Apparently, according to a lot of folks who have posted on the Model-Behaviour Facebook group, go check it out, yeah, she's already sold out. Come on! That's cool. They'd better bring some new stock in, because that's going to be a little bit irritating. Because right now, Jada Toys, folks have a lot of love for these guys, because they're making some awesome action figures, but they're only good if you can actually get hold of them. So hopefully there'll be more stock incoming, because right now people are just eating up these Street Fighter figures like kibble, and I can't blame them, because honestly, they're all winners. This is a good looking Chun-Li, and I think we've got a few more other alternate costumes and characters coming up soon. More on those later.
It's the all-new Universal Monsters Dracula Ultimate Action Figures. Comes with swappable parts and accessories. Accessory set also available from NECA.
For all you classic horror fans, NECA are expanding their Tiny Terrors, Tiny Toons, Tiny Toony Terrors, whatever they're called. They're expanding that line with 6-inch figures now. And of course, we're kicking it off with the big four of Dracula, the Mummy, the Wolfman, and Frankenstein's monster. I totally didn't glance at my notes there. So these are up for pre-order already. They're over at Big Bad Toy Store and your various other retailers too. They're going to be $17.99 and they're going to be available around about August this year.
お前の仕業だったのか?
Now this is so stupid, I absolutely love it. Gecko, this statue making company, are making a diorama, which is also a piggy bank if you want a bit of extra value. Not that you'll have much money left once you've purchased this Silent Hill, I actually say what it is, this Silent Hill diorama, which depicts one of the many endings that game has. Oh, I thought I was over my cold, but I can feel a croak coming back in my voice. I better just temper myself for the rest of this episode. So there's this ridiculous ending where your character walks into a control room and it turns out that all the goings on in the game have been a result of this little Shiba Inu that's been tapping away at a control panel, manipulating everything. Completely bonkers and a lot of fun. So this is going to be $229. That's a lot of money. Like I said, you might only have pennies left over, so you might as well have a piggy bank to put them in. This is super cute though. I really dig it. Funny fact, I kept on getting Inu and Uma mixed up when I was learning Japanese. Inu is dog and Uma is horse. That's quite a big distinction there. So I remembered that Inus go Inu the house, because you wouldn't want to take an Uma into the house. Not unless you had a very big basket.
Godzilla has returned.
Alright, now this is super random, but I really dig it. Super 7 are doing reaction figures of Godzilla and Mechagodzilla based on the Godzilla Stern pinball machine. So these are what the little models look like inside the pinball machine. And I'm a kid of the 90s, and pinball machines had a big renaissance in the 90s. If there was a big summer blockbuster movie, or even a big failure summer movie, it probably got a 90s pinball machine. So seeing this Godzilla one, I really dig it. And these two in their bright, colorful packages as well, I kind of dig them. I do. If I see these on the store shelves, I can be very tempted to pick them up, because I think just keeping them in the box as little display pieces yeah, I like the look of that. Hot Toys are going to give Kit Fisto the Hot Toys treatment, which is what Hot Toys do. Great commentary, Dave. That's why you come here. So this does look cool, though. Kit Fisto is one of the more standout Jedis in the not OG trilogy, but the prequel trilogy, which is kind of the starting trilogy. And I mean, he's kind of famous for lasting all of 2 seconds against Darth Sidious, but that's not a fair representation, because actually, as far as Jedis go, he's kind of a badass. You got to watch the Clone Wars to appreciate that. He was having an off day in Revenge of the Sith, but Hot Toys, they didn't have an off day. This guy looks fantastic. Don't have a price or release date yet, but you know Hot Toys, he's going to be about $300 and probably releasing in about a year's time, give or take. So I assume that if this guy sells well, then that's probably going to open the doors for all those other Jedi that you see on the Jedi Council. There could be a big Star Wars bill coming your way if you're a Hot Toys collector. But look, if they all look as good as this, then it's money well spent.
Haven't we done this before?
One thing that I will admit I'm quite famously not a big fan of is Funko Pops. You know what? There's too many of them. Decades from now, there are going to be landfills just teeming with these big bobble-headed creations. But I'm always going to have a bit of love in my heart for Robocop. And I'm pretty sure that they've done Robocop bobbleheads, or bobbleheads Funko Pops. You know what I'm talking about. But now, we're getting a Clarence Boddicker Funko Pop. I kind of like that. That's kind of fun. And seeing released in this line, they're doing Ed 209 as well, and Murphy without the mask. I'm not going to get them. I'm not going to get them because they're Funko Pops, all right? That's not my thing, even though I do have a Scarlet Spider one. But first of all, it was a gift, and secondly, it's Scarlet Spider, and thirdly, I got to admit, I actually do quite like that. But nonetheless, if you're a Robocop fan and you're into these Funkos, well, there's going to be a lot more coming out soon.
These Ninja Turtles have a lot to say.
The Playmates original sketch turtles are available now at Target, and even as I say this, I'm worried that the scalpers might have already jumped in there and grabbed them, because I think these guys are going to be very popular. I've seen in some internet comments that people have got their hands on them and they're very happy with what they see, so hopefully you can find them if they're out there. I think they're retailing for about $70 for the entire set, and just for something that's a wonderful time capsule of the original, slightly ridiculous, bonkers designs of these characters, I think they look really, really cool. So this is a great age for turtles. There's a billion different designs and styles and sets from every different company and manufacturer imaginable. So if this is the one that you want, this is the little style that floats your boat, then hopefully you can find them at Target. Hopefully the scalpers haven't got there first. Fingers crossed for you.
Pachinko, Godzilla 対エヴァンゲリオン
Just wanted to show off some images of this awesome looking statue, this Evangelion Godzilla mashup, which is a whole running theme of figures and merchandise that Toho have been cranking out with this Godzilla Evangelion combination. I don't think there is actually any film or anime or anything where they do have this meeting of the two giant kaiju creatures, but they've certainly got plenty of merchandise to go with this project. And this statue, absolutely amazing. Should be. It costs about, 38,000 yen. So that's going to work out as about $200, give or take. So not insane when we're talking about statues. But let's face it, Godzilla is awesome. So is Evangelion. You smoosh them together, you get something like this. And yeah, I think this looks pretty wicked. Seal of God are showing off their, hang on, let me check this name. The Seal of God series Thunder Zenzi. Yeah, definitely had to read that off the computer because that was a whole lot of words there. But what it equates to is a crazy, awesome looking giant birdman god creature. 1/12 scale, but that doesn't really tell you exactly how big it's going to be because what is the regular scale? Or what is the regular size of a giant bird god creature? I don't know. I'm guessing he's going to be about 7 or 8 inches though. He looks like a big boy. No word yet on release date or price. I'm sorry, if there was, I would let you know. It's not me being lazy. Just can't find it anywhere, but I could find some very, very pretty pictures. So 2024 is the age of anthropomorphic, crazy-looking animal creatures. And this is another one to throw on the pile, but man, he might just sit on top of the pile, because this guy in particular, he does look quite amazing.
It's now my duty to ask all the G.I. Joe team members to report to the... Will you get out of the picture, gung-ho?
All right, an action figure that I do have all the information on. Hiya Toys Exquisite Range Stalker from their G.I. Joe line. This guy's going to be $24.99 and available in the second quarter of next year. You're welcome. Oh, it feels nice to come in spitting some facts and some opinions as well. In my opinion, in this case, is the Hiya Toys Exquisite Range are all pretty gorgeous. They're not 1/12 scale though. They're 1/18, give or take. So they kind of smoosh down all the details into smaller proportions, which, if anything, is a little more intricate. But then again, we all know that 1/12 scale, that's the Lord scale. That is the best scale. I don't know how you can prove that on a scientific scale, but it's how I feel. Nonetheless, though, if you're happier with smaller G.I. Joes, it's certainly kinder to your shelf space, then Hiya Toys are a great line to go for, because I've seen a couple of them in person, and yeah, they do look awful pretty. Romanki X Cowl. I never know how to exactly pronounce that company's or those companies' names together, but they're showing off their Algar figure. Talking again before about giant anthropomorphic animals? Yeah, here's another one. Here's another one coming to claim your hard-earned money. 1/12 scale, $82, and going to be releasing around about the fourth quarter of this year, so not even that long to wait either. I'm not sure if this is based on any kind of particular mythology or anything. Very often a lot of these have their origins in Chinese folk tales and all that kind of stuff. That's another little element that I really dig about that, and there's a lot of stories to choose from. So they got a lot of creative options, and this guy, this crazy fire lizard creature, yeah, he looks amazing. Toss him in with your Mythic Legions or your Orcs or any other fantasy sword and sorcery type characters. The dude's gonna fit right in. Friend of the show, Ramen Toys, has been back on his own YouTube channel showing off some of the new military vehicles that they have coming out, and oh my goodness, I hope you have two things, money and shelf space. Luckily, you won't need as much as you might have expected though. Apparently the tank, this awesome looking tank, is going to be available, let me check my notes, for $180. That's an exclusive price, I think, which is available at Joe Fest. I'm trying to get all the information out there. You can check out Ramen Toys' website directly to see various different offers and packages that they have. And also, when I was talking about space, that's another nice little thing that I like. It's 1/12 scale, but they've kind of played with the proportions a little bit just to make them reasonably fit on your shelf. Otherwise, you're gonna have to start getting rid of things like beds and sofas and whatnot. But what they have put together, they look so good. So like, if you're, hey, I was just talking about the Fresh Monkey Fiction characters. They would go great with those, as well of course, G.I. Joes. But I was watching, speaking of friends of the show, Articulated Ninja, and he was showing off the sort of laser railgun type battle tank. I don't know if there's a proper name for it, but he said, like, wouldn't that look cool with M. Bison riding it with a couple of like the Crimson Guards from G.I. Joe flanking him? And I'm like, that is just the mashup, the potential of all the different things you can do with all these different diverse toy lines. That's why I love being a collector, man. So yeah, go check out Ramen Toys, check out the website and see his YouTube channel. I mean, you know, then come back to this YouTube channel, the best YouTube channel. That's what my mum thinks. But basically, Ramen Toys are bringing the heat, and yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming from them.
Let's do it, guys. Hey, it's morphin' time.
Toys Battalion have their 1/6 scale movie Power Ranger figures up to order. You can find them on Gundamit.com. I always kind of like the name of that site, sort of fun. They are going to be $134.99 each, which for 1/6 scale characters, I mean, that's not crazy. I mean, the price does start to rack up if you're going to go for all the Power Rangers, but come on, you can't get just one. And honestly, these costumes, I actually prefer these to the more modern movie Power Rangers that they did. I never understood that movie. How do you make a modern Power Rangers movie? And the biggest problem is it's boring. Like, I think they were trying to be too sort of sensible and furrow-browed with it. You gotta have fun with the Power Rangers. So I love just watching Ivan Ooze and the terrible CGI Megazords at the end. It was good fun. Then again, it also had the Pink Ranger lady. I would watch her read the phone book, to be honest. God bless you. Amy Jo Johnson? Is that her name? Yeah, there you go. All right, enough about my childhood crushes, though. What am I saying? I wasn't even a child. I wasn't even a kid. Well, I was a teenager. Still old enough to have a crush on the Pink Ranger, that's for sure. Anyway, these look really nice. Go check them out. Over in Custom Corner, something very different for today. Thomas Goes Nostalgic. This is a YouTube channel, a YouTube creator who has made, he has made a stunning X-Mansion diorama based off of, I don't know, is it a Barbie's dream house or something? Something he found real cheap. And with just a little bit of paint and some know-how and elbow grease, he has turned this thing into a stunning looking X-Mansion, which you can see. It's pretty much 1/12 scale. Like, it works. It works real well. I've got some serious X-Mansion envy now. I'm not going to show you too much of the video because it's his video. So go onto YouTube, check it out. I will put the link. I'm remembering. I'm putting it in my brain. I will remember to put the link in the description below because you all got to go check this out and give this dude the kudos he deserves because this is wicked, man. Double thumbs up. I'm really impressed. This is awesome. And in Artist Alley, someone who I featured before, but I just wanted to show them off again because Chris Olay, or CJ Olette is like the name you can find him on under Instagram. He's made this really cool little colorful piece for Pride Month, which I really love. And that gave me another excuse to go back and have a look through his Instagram, archive, gallery, you know what I'm trying to say, which just reminded me how much I love this dude's artwork, because it's so kind of hyper detailed and almost sort of grotesque, but beautifully so. It's so kind of over the top with the contortions and all the little intricacies going on there with the characters. His X-Men stuff, I'm a huge mark for that man. If ever I was gonna throw some money at someone for a commission, oof, I could be very tempted. In the meantime though, just check out all the stuff that he's got on there. Also, he's got a Kickstarter I see as well for his own comic book called Satellite Girl. I'm tempted to throw a few bucks his way as well because I like supporting creators that I'm a fan of. So yeah, go check him out. The little Pride piece I thought was really cool, but all the rest of the stuff as well, yeah, it's wicked. Keep up the good work, man. And over in Cosplay Corner, big shout out to Mimsy Heart and Be Still, My Beaten Heart, because this lady, there are some bright, beautiful, bold, and rather curvaceous cosplay pictures that just caught my attention, and I was like, oh yeah, you're going in Cosplay Corner, honey. So go give her a follow, check her out, and while you're having a look at some of the pictures on display there, then maybe you might want to also check out the sponsor of this show, Into the AM, who bedecked me with this badass sailing ship in a sunset t-shirt, amongst many others. Lord knows, if you've watched this show for the last couple of months, you've seen plenty of them. So if you want to deck out your summer wardrobe, then you can click the link in the description below. You get 10% off your order because you're one of the Model Behavior Good Brothers. You get to step out in style and enjoy the summer weather. So guys, thanks for checking out the sponsor, and Mimsy Heart, thanks for bringing us some awesome cosplay. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond in supporting the channel, well, you can do that too by getting yourself a YouTube channel membership. I say YouTube Patreon membership. Those are two different things. You can get yourself a YouTube channel membership that gives you access to all the videos in the archive. You can comment on the live streams, and I'm starting to do, I'm not going to redo that because my voice isn't going to hold out. I'm starting to redo more live streams now. My voice is slowly recovering and I can talk for longer periods, and we're getting there. We're clawing our way back. Nonetheless though, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me while I've been recovering from whatever it is that I've been dealing with. We're almost there. We're almost back at 100%. So until then, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.